Hi, YouTube, it's Rose, and we're here with Sean today because he has a very, very important statement to make, and he will tell you exactly who he will be addressing. Thank you, Sean, for joining us, and I'll let you
Thank you,
speak.
Rose. Glad to be able to do this again today. And yes, most definitely, I have a message. So before anything else, I have a message that I want to share completely with Laura. I have allowed to be interviewed, and I want to share the story with this. Is that by a miracle, I found what was going on, and I met Rose and met Jim to be able to do the interviews. And it's kind of gave me away. I've been away from YouTube for many years, just to look up random stuff. So to come back, it's time for me to do this. And on top of that, to go back to the story, I'll have to tell the story about Jim, because Jim tried to get a hold of me back in 2012 and try to warn me. So I give complete credit for Jim to warn me, to wake me up. Now, Laura, you like to speak about movies, like to use fantasies, you like to take word plays. You said that I had a gift of wordplay, so I'm going to give you some wordplay. I'm going to speak your language. You like to speak religious. You like to speak all the time in a religious tone, even though you say you do not like religion. But you speak in these religious tone, and you think and you perceive yourself always as you're this mighty, holy person. So like you, so that way maybe you'll be able to understand this message, because I've had enough. It's done. I'm here. It's been since 2012 since we have spoken, or actually 2012 to 2013. You told me when we met up, you said that I was going to cut the head off the snake. But not exactly what you're thinking. Man, it's not just me. Also, you say with your gift, you say that you have the gift to bring about the birthing of this end time movement. And yes, you're partially right. The wording you have right, but the end time movement that you have brought is you've been operating in your delusional, or if we talk about in a biblical tone, in the spirit of a Jezebel. You say that you're bringing end time movement, and yes, you're trying to bring an end to the movement of gatherings. You're trying to cause chaos. You're trying to cause division. You don't even realize what you're doing. And the people of the Lord have had enough. Rose has been crying out to God. You have hurt and wounded people. People have cried out for you to stop. You have hurt so many people. So remember, for me, you got arrested, and I revoked the bail bond to send you to jail. Well, Jezebel, as always, you always try to mimic and bring your prophets and bring your words and bring your talk, set up your makeup and everything, and proclaim who you are. And you come across and you try to mimic Elijah. But yes, at the end here, there is a spirit of Elijah that is coming upon the people of God. And they've had enough, and they're coming against you. They are tired of you trying to chastise. You're trying to hurt people. You want control. You want to be the queen bee. You want to be there. And the thing is that the Bible is given to us to show a parallel of how things are in our daily life. And you absolutely have mimicked Lucifer. You have proclaimed yourself, and you're trying to build yourself up higher than God himself. You try to use the words of God. You try to use the Bible and to put your name in there. You try to seek yourself higher, and you think that you're in your little place with God and Jesus Christ. For you to come a point and to actually say that you are Mary, you think you have fooled many people, but you know what? Not only was your family there to see that when you're raised, but I was there for over 6 months to watch how you operated. And in a matter of 2 weeks, you have became where you thought at first that you were Stephen in the book of Acts. And then later you started wondering, not only because you were the apostle of Revelation and you were the woman that has nothing to do with you. No, no, no. And then you want to say that you were Mary, and you know how you got the name Mary. You know very well in the very beginning how you got the name Mary. You went to Mama Cass and Catherine and asked what she thought your name was, and it was Mary. And then you thought about it after you talked with me, and you were wondering why I was named John, whether it was because I was Irish or what it was. And then you started thinking that I was John the Beloved, because as a Jezebel, you have to be in the background for someone else there. And you took a dream of mine, a dream that could have been very well just nothing but just a daily thing for me, just in my own life, about those soldiers. And you thought that it was supposed to build me up to be a general, because I had a podcast and I was called the general in a podcast. And you took that to think that I was going to be able to rule with you, to rule the New Testament Israel. And then you started wondering if we were all like reincarnations of David and all of this other mess. You created all of this stuff in a fantasy world in your head, and you're completely wrong. It's not right. And so I have a question for you that you like to talk about. Just recently, you've been talking about the serpent seed. So you were wanting to know, and you were talking about whether or not if Eve was actually had a sexual relationship with Satan, or was it like Mary, that it was like a virgin birth of the seed? So the thing is you spoke about and said that you were Mary, and then also that you were Eve. So that means that you had sex, or you had a miraculous birth of not only of Mary, of birthing Jesus Christ, but you have also said that you have birthed Satan's children. So how is that possible? Or are you going to come in here now and say, oh, well, that's because we have a devil inside of us and we have the angel inside of us? Because I think I remember you saying that too. Is that how you're going to explain that away? So I'm saying all of this is because back in 2012, I didn't dare come against you because you said you were the apostle of Revelations 12. You said you were all of these things. And my view back then was that I'm not going to come against anyone when they said that they have something that the Lord gave them, whether it was a gift or whether they were taken to heaven or any of these things. I didn't come against it because I said, who am I? Who am I to come against that? Well, the thing is I have to tell you, in 2013, I had a massive surgery. I winded up dying there, clinically dead. And during that time, just like many, 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 many people in the world, I had a near-death experience. No, I was not bodily taken up to heaven, and I don't believe you ever were. At the age of 3, you were not bodily taken up to heaven. That's just not possible. I'm sure God can do all of those things, but he said that wasn't going to happen. So I know what the experience that I felt where I was. Just like Paul, I don't know where I was. I could have been anywhere, but I know for me, I had a personal near-death experience that explained where I was, and what I felt was complete love. I got to speak with Jesus. I got to speak with God. I got to see many, many things there. Does that make me more special than anybody else? No, because everybody has their own unique experience. But you have this ego, and you go across and you try to make yourself like you're the one that's going to birth all of this thing. It's not any of that stuff. You are delusional. And the thing is that people are tired of it. You have, a few little followers of you and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, we are going to stand now, and we're not going to stop until your voice is shut. It's shut.
Amen.
You're not putting up with it any longer. So your YouTube stuff is shut. Remember what I did when I put you in jail and then got out? You thought that computer and stuff was yours. You proclaimed and took that. You called me a thief when I'm the one that paid for your trip, all of that. You still owe me, right? So do you think that all of that is going to go unnoticed? Do you think that I'm going to run off and not know that you still owe me? I'm coming back to reclaim what you owe me. So when doing this, I will take down, not me, I'm sorry, I don't mean me, the children of God and those that actually run in the spirit of Elijah. Speaking of your religious words and tones, we're going to come and we're going to take you down. We're had it. You have hurt many, many. Yes, you hurt me back then. You took my money and you ran. You say that people, you won't even believe that they're actual Christians at all unless they give you money. I got proof of that. And you know what? And if you think you can still get away with more, just wait till the other truth bombs I got ready for you. I got more. And there's more. And I'm telling you more. There's more witnesses that are going to be coming forward. We're taking you down. And where you are, you're not. Remember, you were put in an institution. You were put into that mental hospital. And guess what? Who was the one that got you out of there? Right? Who was the one that got you out of jail for the first time? I want you to think about that and see if everything comes back and returns. That's my message to you. Get ready.